So far as services, if you look at the same thing from the services angle, what kind of services it gives, like it gives framing and link access. So, encapsulates datagram into frame, adding header or trailer. Okay. We will look at these headers and trailers. These are dependent, what kind of headers, what do they contain, etc. That depends on the particular protocol that you are using on that link. Sometimes some of them do not have any trailer, only header, some of them have both header and trailer, and this is the part which is used for the protocol to run. Channel access is shared medium. We have already seen a number of such cases, the so called MAC protocols. So, that is also a part of this. If it is a shared medium, then the medium access control has to be used. And then the addresses, if there are multiple receivers. So, these are the so called MAC addresses used in frame headers to identify source destination. This is different from another address we have over the entire network, which is called an IP address. So, we will be looking at IP address later on when we talk, after we talk about network layer, but right now the addresses we would be considering are the MAC addresses, also known as hardware addresses. Link layer services, other services is that it is reliable delivery between adjacent nodes. So, for reliable delivery, so we may need to something depending on the quality of your link, alright. If the quality of your link is very good, like say some good quality fiber, etc., you may not need to do much, okay. But then there are media which essentially are very prone to noise or very prone to introduction of all kinds of errors. So, in such cases the data link layer has to take special care so that the transmission over this particular link is reliable, alright. Apart from this particular link, you may still require some kind of resilience at a higher level, because some particular node in between at a network layer, if you are, when you are talking about the entire network, at some particular node in between, the node might fail. So, whatever protocol you might be having for data link layer, etc., for making it very sturdy, it will not work. So, the chain will sort of break down, but this is to make individual links of the chain as good as possible so far as errors are concerned. So, this is one job of the reliable data delivery. So, just as fiber, etc., may have low error bits, similarly some links like wireless links have high error rates. Why both link level and end to end reliability? So, this we have just discussed. Then flow control, as we were saying, pacing between adjacent sending and receiving nodes. So, they sort of must be able should be in sync. That means, whatever the sending station sends, the receiving station should be able to absorb that much. So, for that you may require some explicit control sometimes. So, we will look at flow control later on in some later lecture. Error detection, errors caused by signal attenuation, noise, etc. So, receiver detects presence of errors, that is error detection part. Now, once you detect that there has been some error in this, several things may happen. What first of all, you may ask for some retransmission from the other side, so that you can get the correct data, or what might happen in some cases, at least in some limited cases, you might be able to look at that faulty data and correct it locally, okay, without referring back to anybody or without sort of any reference to the sending node. You can do it locally at the receiving node. So, that is called error correction. So, we will look at that also. So, error detection and error correction, receiver identifies and corrects the bit errors without resorting to retransmission. So, if that we can do that, that is very good. And all these would happen on the line, and the line could be simplex, half duplex and full duplex. Simplex not very common, because simplex can go in only one direction, half duplex or full duplex, maybe half duplex and full duplex. With half duplex, nodes at both ends link and transmit, but not at the same time, we know that. So, what are the kinds of services, type of services that the data link layer gives? One is unacknowledged connectionless. So, no attempt to recover lost frames. If some frame is lost due to noise, error, etc., there is no attempt to recover this, because and there is no acknowledgement from the other side. It is a connectionless system, suited for low error rate networks or for fault tolerant applications such as voice. What do we mean that voice is a fault tolerant application? We mean that even if some of the bits in a voice stream, digitized voice stream, that is, even if some of the bits drop, obviously there will be some degradation on the other side if you are not doing any kind of correction, etc. But to the human ear it may not be very perceptible. Okay. For example, I am talking, even if there is a momentary glitch, you would more or less make out what I am talking about, alright. So, that is why in that sense it is very inherently fault tolerant. So, that is unacknowledged connectionless service, that is one kind of service. Acknowledged connectionless service, this is another kind of service. So, each frame is acknowledged by the receiver. So, this is suited for unreliable channel where so require this acknowledgement for special reliability. Acknowledged connection oriented service ensures that all frames are received and each is received exactly once, and these services are accomplished using, as I said, simplex, not usual, but half duplex or full duplex channel. So, this is some examples, not very important. Sorry. So, it is a reliable message stream. It may be connection oriented service or it may be connectionless service. It may be a reliable message stream or reliable byte stream. So, reliable message stream sequence of pages, reliable byte stream, let us say remote login. So, they are coming byte by byte. Here it is coming page by page. Unreliable connection like digital voice, unreliable datagram. So, these are, but when you come to datagram, this becomes connectionless service, unreliable datagram, acknowledged datagram, request reply,